Hey guys, even though this is really long overdue,
Oh my goodness!
I think it's about time at least there's a video version of the Austin Jorgensen AMA thing, because instead of looking it up yourself, you'd rather just hear someone else do it for you. A quick little disclaimer, a lot of these were pretty, well, how would you put it? Not really that useful answers. So what this video should do is it should just pick out at least the best ones in my opinion and showcase them for the world to see. So yeah, let's get started. Minchmeat says, so what's the deal with Mad Dog? Is there a reason that he's your favorite party member? What was the thought process behind him? Also, does Willy 2 Diddly have any tips for a budding VGM composer? So Austin says, hi there. When I created Mad Dog, I just fell in love with the character and the simplicity of the visuals. He is a very bad father, definitely worse than Marty, but I wish I could say more about him. But right now, I can't. I thought of him a lot and really loved this character, and because of that, I can't talk about him. Yeah, certainly. I don't have any education in music, but having the patience to find the sounds, instruments, and pieces that move you help create the music. So next question? By Dramatic Shallot. What is your core philosophy in making a definitive edition? Was there a point after Lisa the Painful was published that you felt it wasn't complete or was missing something in general? Adjacent to that question, will there be any changes/additions to the core plot? So Austin says, after the game's initial release and the unexpected explosion of the fanbase, I wanted to revisit some of the current game based on how it was received. The definitive edition is a chance to see things from a different perspective. The Name Son says, hi Austin. It's awesome to hear from you after so long, but I have a couple questions if you don't mind. 1. Was there any specific inspiration from other games/media for Buddy's design and gameplay in Joyful? I was always curious about her looks being similar to those of a samurai, like her hair. 2. For the Kickstarter, why did you have other sketch tools planned the time aside from Joyful and the Beach Resort? Would there be some content back from there for the definitive edition? Number 3. Finally, what is your advice you would give to new game developers in general? Austin says, hi. To me, Buddy is a girl who is growing up in a difficult world, though she is who she is. Whether anyone around her likes it or not, her confidence is unbreakable. She's a big fuck you to the Lisa world, but that said, I always envisioned her with a big no. My advice to new game developers is that you need to realize that the game development is hard. If you're not having fun, it's not worth it. Make sure you're checking in on yourself and be as honest as possible about it. Design something that you're really enjoying at all times. Be willing to scrap the ideas if they're not working. And think about the Flash, it's too spoilery. Sorry, bud. That's why that was redacted, by the way. Charator says, I was wondering if there was anything specific that you're especially excited for in the new update, like anything you can tell us that you're really excited for us to experience. Also, in terms of smaller, sillier questions, Birdie's my favorite companion. I was just wondering what he would have picked as his favorite thing and favorite food before he became an alcoholic, and his default favorites were numbing the pain and whiskey, respectively. Austin says, there's so many little things, campfires, new contents, new secrets. I'm most excited to see how people react. Birdie likes the floor, laying on it and being close to it. Favorite food, nuts. Most hated thing, the memories that led him to drinking. Ooh, maybe the definitive edition will expand upon that, you know? RamXT5 says, hi Austin, I like your games are incredible. And there's 2 questions. What's your opinion about Amori? And how much does Brad weigh? Austin answers with 35. Bit Improvement 4415 says, was Big Lincoln going easy on Buddy during their fight? And Austin says, yes, but only until he realized it was too late. And Casual Joel says, is Rando's army much larger than what it was seen at the end of the game? And did Brad's gang, with all the party members, rival it in strength? Austin says, yes, Rando's army is much larger than what's shown in game. However, the army is very disorganized. The infighting among the army is what gave Brad and his gang the ability to have the power through their forces. Owl Prophet Magician says, haha, funny question for both. Favorite type of cheese? Serious question for Austin. In your role as the writer, did writing for this game begin in any form other than the game of the text we see today. For example, a non-game script or notebook of ideas. I think if you really want to look into this yourself, I'm pretty sure the Kickstarter demo had a completely different route and became what it was after revisions. But here, okay, we'll just keep going. Serious question for Serenity Forge. What sort of process does your team take when developing premium collector's editions for games like Doki Doki Literature Club Plus and Shadows of Loathing? How are the goodies figured out? Okay, this is a multiple person question, so we're going to go from when people are typing. So far, hi there. Cheese question. Serenity Forge. Rovell. Developers from St. Louis. Austin. Cheese is the enemy. Don't get me started because I won't be able to finish. Script question. From Austin. Nothing like that. The closest thing is life experiences and inspirations. It wasn't a preconceived idea. It only existed in my head. And the goodies question in regards to Serenity Forge. Hi, Z here from Serenity Forge. When we start a new project from a physical release, the most important thing for us to do are research and learn from the creatives so fully understand the IP. I personally play to completion every game we work on so we can fully understand the creative intent before we even start working on physical goodies. Once we feel comfortable about our understanding of the IP, our producers and design teams will brainstorm ideas/goodies that would be best fit for the IP, coming up with the ideas such as wristwatch for the Genesis Noir, the mousepad for Paradise Killer, or the compass featuring New North in Shadows over Loathing. At Serenity Forge, we strive to ensure that each physical game we release includes the absolute best collection of goodies and also work our best to make sure it is priced at a cost-effective, affordable way. I guess the short answer of that is we put a lot of thought into everything we do, which pretty much is the nature of who we are. Yeah, I guess based on this, it technically implies that the physical edition will come out one day. So, from Top Tumbleweed 271, around how many new quests starring Definitive Edition of Lisa the Painful? If you can't answer, I just have a backup question. Out of everyone who can join Brad's gang, not including Brad, who do you feel at the moment is the most powerful at any point in the story? Austin says, for me, it's less about quantity and more about the effort we spent. We put most of our efforts into very big additions. There are a few minor additions and changes throughout the base game, but not a lot of smaller quests. For one reason or another, the most powerful person is Mad Dog. So now Mad Dog is both the bad father and the strongest character in the game. So does that mean Marty is one of the strongest characters too? Throwaway UV78R5U says, what is your opinion on fans who make NSFW content of Lisa characters? Austin replies with, Christ.
Mods, crush your skull, thank you.
And this one comes from Not Fred Fucks. During the development of the Lisa game, are there any ideas that came up on the spot that made it into the game? Everyone cites that City Gallows is a cool example of idea that was conceived on the spot, the night before the game release. I was wondering what other instances of this kind of thing there were. What your favorite ideas for a game were in general. Alternatively, you have a favorite breakfast cereal? From Austin. The best example would be Painful's ending. The part where Brad asked Buddy to hug him, I must have reworked at least 6 or 7 times on the spot. I really enjoy these types of moments while making a game. And I love eating American processed nonsense. All cereals are canon. Hello, Austin. It is amazing the impact you've left on the community, starting their fan games towards making their original games such as Play Rough on Steam. My questions related to the MA are, will there be a direct/indirect mention or reference to any kind of fan game in the Definitive Edition? Plans for repurposing unused content? Any more information regarding the Painless mode towards the Definitive Edition? And lastly, do you have any plans for the future? Austin replies with, hello. Plans for repurposing unused content? At least in one instance, yes. Any more information regarding the Painless mode towards the Definitive Edition? Painless mode reduces... Honestly, at that point, that's just game journalism difficulty. If you struggle with Lisa... I don't know, maybe that's just me, but... I don't know, is Lisa really that bad of a game, guys? But okay, I digress. Okay. Painless mode reduces the HP of most enemies on average by 50%, it does not affect the story endings, and it can be activated at any time during your playthrough if you're struggling to get through battles. But it cannot be undone once activated. Any plans for the future? I'm trying to prove my Blanca in Street Fighter 6. This implies that Street Fighter is canon to the Lisa series, so shout out to that. Nemoli says, hello. Can I say 2 questions? How many years old is Brad, and what's your favorite fan game? P.S. Let's think about something, and now I have 3 questions. Fun question. What does Coca-Cola taste like? Austin says, I think he's probably older than 35. 2. Beast of the Painful, my favorite Earthbound fan game. And 3. RC Cola. Here's one from Terrible Username 750. 1. Do you have background music prior to the soundtrack? Any influences as well? And 2. Crisp. What's the deal with him? Did you forget about his moveset? You can be honest here. I won't judge. Austin says, Hi. No background. It was just really like music that gave me strong mental images and visuals in my head. And 2. No. I didn't forget towards the end of the game. I thought it was okay. He was meant to be strong-willed and strong physically. That makes him a target in Olathe. Hopefully the new content in Definitive Edition will help illuminate that better. We tweak Crisp in Definitive Edition, for example, his wet cutter move now has a chance of inflicting oiled up. Which, that's kind of interesting, but hey, it's better than OG Crisp. That character ain't strong at all, Austin. You trolling right there. It's okay to admit it, man. Like, no one will blame you. From XX Churro Lover 9XX. If you could change any of the Painful's party members, who would you personally make weaker or stronger? Also, how the hell do you say Bolo's last name? And Austin says Bugatti, like the car, and Ichi at the end. So pretty much Bugatti Ichi. So for our last question from Soli DK456. Hi Austin. Before Area 3, Buzzo tells Brad that Buddy would have been a real asset to the women. So does that confirm there are more women in Olathe? And Austin says, there are no more women in Olathe. So canonically, it's only Buddy. So if you have a game with another woman, you ain't real. Okay? I know you said everything's canon, but you ain't real.